guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I am bringing you my March 2019 faves. I have to make sure I put the year in there because, you know, I've been on YouTube now for 2 and almost to change years, so I gotta make sure I be putting the years in. Alright, so let's jump into my faves for March. March has been pretty busy because in mid-February, the track and field season for the high school that I work at began, and I am a track and field coach as well as a teacher. And so I've been really busy with my athletes and going to track meets and Saturday track meets, which is why I haven't been able to do as many live chats as I want to, is because usually I do them on Saturdays and got Saturday track meets, and then Sundays I gotta like try to get all my stuff ready for the week. So I haven't had time to do like a whole lot spiritually for myself. I try to do what I can, like working at the altar like here and there, but you know, when you're busy and you've got like really long days that sometimes go till 8 and 9 o'clock at night, and you know, and I'm up at like 5:30 in the morning and getting ready for work and everything. So I just want to show you what I have for March. So maybe it's not like the biggest of awesome things that I've been able to work with, but what I have worked with has been like just really good at helping to keep me just grounded and kept me from like being overwhelmed by all the responsibilities that I have, which albeit they're fun responsibilities, you know, I do enjoy like 99% of the time, you know, coaching when I don't have to deal with any drama or anything. And yeah, so it's been fun, but let's dive into my goodies. So the first goodies, like if you hadn't already seen, I like me some stuffies. And when the dude sees that I'm stressed out, he gets me like little, well, I mean, he's always getting me little stuff here and there, which is like kind of nice. But one of the things he had gotten me was, he likes this company called Jellycat. They put out these like really soft stuffed animals for like babies and stuff like that. So, you know, because babies need stuff that's really soft. Well, you know, I like stuff that's really soft too. So one of those things that he got me was a turtle, and it's a corduroy turtle. I mean, look at this turtle. And so, see, it is from the company Jellycat of London. And so, yeah, we got this turtle and we named him Cordy. So Cordy has been a fave. I swear there are so many stuffed animals in the bed with us. You know, I have to put some of them. It's kind of like, you know, some people go psycho with like throw pillows, and they have like throw pillows everywhere, and like the bed, there's like, there is no bed, it's like all throw pillows. Well, that's me and stuffed animals. I think stuffed animals are way cuter than throw pillows. So anyway, Cordy, he has been a fave. He's like, hello. But yeah, I like my Cordy. And the last and other stuffy that I got in March was from a visit to Knott's Berry Farm that the dude and I took, because we now have season passes, so we can go to Knott's Berry Farm whenever, but it's up in Orange County. So you know, got to figure out like time when we can make like a drive up there. So we're actually going to be going up tomorrow, this Sunday. Well, when this airs, it'll be past Sunday. Oh, hey, and there's Wally. Hey, Wally is always a fave too. You know, let's get some Wally in on this. Wally, you're a forever fave, okay? Yeah, you're my favorite. Wally, Puma. Anyway, we're going to be going to the Boysenberry Festival because Knott's Berry Farm was originally a boysenberry farm, and the amusement park was built for the people that were waiting in line for the boysenberries and Mrs. Knott's chicken. She was very famous for her chicken, and so now of course it's got the amusement park, and everybody like goes there afterwards for like the chicken and some of the boysenberry. But yeah, they have a huge festival, so we're gonna go to the Boysenberry Festival tomorrow. And yeah, so last time we were there, which was a few weeks ago, I got this little like blue Snoopy. And so usually whenever my dude gets to go to Knott's Berry Farm, which is usually with his good friend, which was our good friend, but I mean, he knew her first. They both really like roller coasters, whereas I am not a roller coaster person. So I am more than happy to be like, hey, you and Marsha, like, go have fun on the roller coasters. And so whenever he would come back, he would always bring me like a little Snoopy. But he's like, well, now that we have season passes, I probably can't get you a Snoopy like every time because we would have no place to live. It would just be full of Snoopies. So he says, this will be your last Snoopy for a while. So I got a little blue Snoopy, and he's like, rah, 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 rah. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm a geek, whatever. So all stuffies aside, let's talk about fragrances. Mostly like I do wear perfume, but most of the time I wear like essential oils that like my bestie has sent me, other people have sent me. I get from like the Moon Box, stuff that I've made. Sometimes, depending on the essential oil, I could put it straight on my skin. Some essential oils need to be diluted. This, however, does come from the Moon Box, and it is their Slumber Oil. Actually, this one comes from the Witch's Roots box. Because the Witch's Moon now has 3 subscription boxes: the Witch's Moon, the Witch's Bounty, and the Witch's Roots box. This one came from the Roots box. It's got lavender and lots of other good stuff in it. It's called Slumber. It smells most heavily of lavender with a lot of other little fragrances in there, but I don't know, I just find it to be really calming. And for somebody who's been working so hard this March and February, and will be working really hard through April and till the end of May, and then the track season is done and I can just focus on teaching. Just whew, as much as I like track, I'm also very happy when it's over. So I've needed this to like just calm. I end up like wearing this like all over my body. So I like put it all over my shoulders, my chest, my arms, my legs. And then I go about my kind of winding down ritual at the end of the night and I go to bed. Sometimes I wear it in the morning before I go to school too. So I'm just like, whew, relaxed going into school, going into work, and then relaxed before I go to bed. So if anything, you know, check out the Witch's Moon shop for their oils, because I think they make pretty bon diggity oils. All right, so there's like a little tail that's coming through there, and this is Wally. He's now on my lap, so it just makes the video even better. Now let's talk food. It's not really food, a drink. Okay, let's talk the original organic coconut milk. There we go, get in there. This is by Real Cocoa. This is Real Cocoa Original Organic Coconut Milk. I would usually just drink almond milk, but I'm really digging this coconut milk. So it says bottled at source, that's non-GMO, no added sugar, original organic coconut milk, vegan, gluten-free, and it's got MCT, which is some saturated fats. The ingredients, really simple. It's just filtered water, organic coconut cream, it's got natural flavor, and xanthan gum and salt. So xanthan gum probably for just like preservative a little bit, and salt. And it's made in Vietnam. So really good on the ingredients. Calories, it's 95 calories per 8 fluid ounces. It has 0 sugar, 4 grams of fiber, 4 grams of carbs, which is the fiber. Yeah, so I mean, if you're looking for something that's like pretty good for you, and maybe you want it as like a milk alternative, or you just want it to, like, maybe you're, you know, on the keto diet or whatever, and you're trying to add in some, you know, healthy fats. Of course, you never want to go overboard on anything, but, you know, I like to have just a little bit. I keep one in my fridge at school, and then I keep, you know, one here at home, so I could just like take a sip every now and then. I don't usually actually fill up a whole glass, but I think it's sweet. Like, to me, the taste of coconut is sweet to me. Like, even just like coconut oil and like coconut flakes and like the smell of coconut is sweet to me, whereas the dude's like, there is absolutely no sugar in this, just tastes like straight coconut. And I said, well, that's like sweet to me, so if I want a little sweetness, like, this is what I have. So to me, coconut is sweet. I don't know, maybe it's just how I grew up, but like coconuts are sweet, and even though there's like really there's no sugar, so I mean but yeah, if you guys are looking for something, this is good. Okay, and now I want to get into wands. I know I haven't really shown wands in my faves before, but I've really been working with them, especially with my crystal grids that I've been making for my Patreon page, because once a month I do a crystal grid for them, and I like to chart the grid and everything. So I use I don't have that many wands. I have like a few, and so there's two that I've been working with a lot, either in meditation or using them as like actual like wands, and using it to charge a grid, or what little I get to do at the altar, because like I said, I'm really busy. So one of those is this beautiful green aventurine wand, and all the little stones on here are like chakra stones. There's a beautiful quartz top, and we have the little Om symbol here at the bottom. I actually got this from the White Witch Parlor. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I never like enter the contests. You know, there's a lot of Instagram contests, and I figure like, what are the chances that I would actually win? And plus I have so much awesome stuff, like I don't need more stuff. But I scrolled through and I saw this, and I was like, oh, in my brain I was like, I just need to try for that. You know, I was like, okay, and I tried and I won, and I was like, oh. And since then I haven't had any of that feeling, like whenever I scroll through and I see all the awesome stuff for giveaways, I haven't had that feeling like you need to try for this. I was just like, you know, I just keep on scrolling. But yeah, since I got this, I have some pretty awesome meditations with it. I use it for charging my crystal grids. I use it at the altar. I use it to direct energy within my body. I use it with my chakras. It's been pretty freaking cool. I would highly suggest checking out the White Witch Parlor online. She has a YouTube channel. She has an Instagram page. She has other social media. But Jenna is so cool. She is a beautiful, beautiful, like super magical witch, and you need to check her out. But that's where I got this from, and it has been a fave for March, and it will continue to be a fave for probably a really long time. My other wand is actually this one, which was a pretty long time in the making for the Witch's Moon box. They made this for their subscribers, but they'd been working on them for a while, because obviously you have to put the quartz crystal tip into these beautiful seashells. And for somebody who lives right by the beach, I mean like by the beach, by like 15-20 minutes away, that's pretty close. You know, I'm all about the beach. I used to surf quite a bit. I used to just be a beach bum, you know, like when I was in college, and I lived up in Long Beach, and I have so many seashells. I have a huge bin that's actually right back there, full of all the seashells that I've collected for quite some time. And so yeah, this is, I don't know, it's just something so magical and so beautiful about this. And I love how it feels in my hand, like it was made for my hand. It just feels comfy, and yeah, I just like want to create so much magic with it. I'm like, ah, I need more time. I want to play with stuff, you know? So yes, this has been a fave. And then we get into stones. These stones have actually been more around town earthy stones than they have been me going out and buying stuff. So I took a trip with the dude, and this would always have to be on a Sunday because it's the only time I have time. We took a trip to the Anza Borrego Desert because it was in full bloom due to all the rains that San Diego has had. I think our rains have stopped for a while now because now it's going up to like 80 degrees, you know, so our summer weather is coming. But yeah, I picked up a lot of really awesome stones. This is quartz and iron and pyrite, you know, and there's just so much you can find just around where you live. Like, you don't necessarily have to go into like a rock and mineral store. You can find a lot of just beauty around you. I mean, I even brought a stick home because I really like the stick, you know. I talked about that in my live chat. I brought some beautiful pieces of orangey quartz home, and they've been a fave. I've been just like collecting rocks in my area. When I go off to the track meets, oftentimes, you know, there's places to hike, and you know, some of them are set in the boonies, so I can collect stones. There's a track meet that's coming up in a couple of weeks that's out in Valley Center, which is in the middle of like the avocado groves, and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. Like, you have to drive about an hour to get to the freeway from this high school. So they're out in like small town area. You're gonna find some awesome like sticks or stones. So like in between when my athletes are doing events, like I like to go hiking around and see what's outside these high schools. Like, I want to see what I can find. We found a piece of petrified wood out there. Again, just a lot of quartz. So a lot more pieces of quartz. I've been using a lot of stones that I have collected already before. Like, these aren't stones, these are actually, this is coral. But my dude brought this back from his trips to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, but he goes for business mostly. His best friend lives over there now. He moved from San Diego there, so he could do like real estate development. Plus he's a college professor, so he kind of does both out there. And he's kind of sort of out there for medical reasons. Like, he's done some damage to his eyeballs due to his many years of doing lifeguarding. And so he needs really, really humid weather in order for his eyeballs to be fine. So when he comes out here, his eyes are they just dry up, and he's just like, and they're so bloodshot. Like, he hates being in this weather here. But anyway, the dude brings back like these awesome pieces from the oceans of Hawaii, well, Kauai. And yeah, and I have other rocks from my area, you know, that I really like. You know, sometimes you find some really awesome stuff and you really don't have to travel that far. And I do want to mention too that, like I said, Wally was a fave. Actually, he's right here right now. Yeah, so Wally is a fave. This little boy had his 5th birthday on Monday of the last week of March, and we threw a little birthday party for him, complete with like, you know, a little birthday banner, paper plates, you know, warmed up some wet food, which he gets like once or twice a year because it's maybe not the best for cat teeth. I don't really like wet food, but he does as like junk food. You know, so we put a little candle in it. Little Walito was a fave for March, as he is always. Also, let's talk about the bouquet of flowers that my dude got me for Ostara. So it is a beautiful bouquet full of pastels and beautiful flowers, and it's on my altar now, and yeah, I just really love it. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, decks! Yay! So these decks I've been working with non-stop for the month of March, and one of those is the Ancestral Path Tarot. I have the Journey into Egypt Tarot by Julia Cochia-Watts, and I wasn't planning on getting the Ancestral Path Tarot, but my friend out in Belgium said that she wanted to get it, but it wasn't available in her country because it's by US Games. So she sent me the money to get it for her, and then I sent it to her, and then she was like, why don't you get it for yourself? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, okay. She's like, I know you. You're gonna like it. And I was like, okay. So I got it, and guess what? I like it because Steph, you know me. So anyway, these are the backs of the cards, and it depicts a few different cultures. And okay, she's right. I love this deck so much. It's missing one card right now because that is on my nightstand for my daily draw. I actually pull from 3 different decks for my daily draws, and I'm really liking this deck. I love that it has different cultures. I love the artwork. You know, I always did love the artwork. I love the artwork of the Mott Tarot as well. And that's what my friend Steph has. And I'm not sure. Again, I'm like, I don't know if I want to get the Mott Tarot. And she's like, so, you know, because I'm trying to hold back. I'm like focusing on my Oracle deck right now. And then when, you know, that's all cool, then, you know, maybe I'll get some more decks. But Yeah, this one I had gotten a while ago. It took a little while to get here, and then I've been using it for daily draws, and then I didn't do a February faves this year just because I've been super busy, and so I still try to make almost a video a day, but I think I'm been doing five like 5 videos. Usually I make like 6, or maybe it's like 4 or 5 videos a week, and usually I like make 5 or 6 videos a week. But like I said, I'm busy, and it just it takes a while to do a February, like a faves video. And so, but this would have been in there, you know, too, for February as well, you know, so I've really been enjoying this. And yeah. The other one that I've liked is actually one of the the controversial decks right now by CBR, so Colette Baron Reed, the Goddess Power Oracle. And I know there's all this controversy around it, you know, and I don't know. I don't really jump into like drama and controversy. I think that the artist is a very talented artist. And so I like the artwork. Do I think that the artwork is a like culturally specific, accurate, you know, depiction of how they depict their goddesses? No, I do not. Do I think it's lovely artwork, and can I use that energy to try and invoke that goddess in my meditation? And do I do my own research on my goddesses? Yes, I do. So that's how I look at this oracle deck, and that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I ain't trying to jump into any drama. So I just think it's really beautiful. I try to take that beauty and the energy of that beauty and then connect to that goddess, as well as taking in what I know of that goddess. But like I said, are these super culturally accurate? No. But it doesn't mean they're not beautiful. I love the art. I do love the art. So yeah, I've been using it quite a bit. It's been very powerful in meditation. Yeah, and I think, you know, because I have a few goddess decks, and some decks are very this is how it is depicted in that culture. And oftentimes I do think artists take liberty, as you know they should, and creating what does the goddess mean for them, or you know, what is this representation of them. Even think of in Catholicism, you know, with Jesus, that you go around the world, there's a lot of art depictions of Jesus. Jesus looks like he's a lot of different races too, not just, you know, he's from Bethlehem. You know, it's you know, there's a lot of depending on the culture, a lot of representations of, you know, that ascended master. You know, the clothing's always different, the hairstyle, the skin color, you know, and it's just kind of depends on the person that was creating that art, what they felt when they tried to, I mean, because there are no photographs of Jesus, right? So people just kind of have to be okay, you know, this is what I feel when I think of Jesus, you know, and that's kind of what I get, you know, for this. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff to be said about being respectful to cultures and stuff like that, and trying to make it just you know, that culture would make a god or goddess or ascended master. And I understand that too. You know, there's two sides to every story. Just like I tell my students, you know, an argument can be made for either side, and you know, and there could be good points and facts, and you know, good ethos, and you know, good logos for both sides, but you just have to keep an open mind. So that is that. I think it's pretty. There you go. I bought a couple of decks from, let me get her name up, Wilma van den Boomen. She has an Etsy shop. She also has a website, and I bought both of her decks. She has two Etsy indie decks, Blood, Bread, and Roses Tarot, and she has the Vintage Erotic Tarot. I like certain collage decks, or Photoshop decks, certain ones, and I also love vintage photography. I am in love with like the female form, and I enjoy like artistic nudity, not like raunchy or anything that's meant to be like dirty sexualized, you know, kind of thing. But I do enjoy like the beauty of the feminine form and of the male form as well, in all their shapes and colors and sizes. And I really like, you know, decks that, you know, celebrate that, and you can put that into the tarot. So I got both of these, and my goodness, they were such a trip trying to get to me, because I was waiting for like a couple of weeks, and they were coming from Canada, and I like emailed the creator, and I was like, is it supposed to take a couple weeks from Canada to get to California in the United States? And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She said that her like fulfillment company had sent it via Germany, Canada to Germany to the United States. And she was like, so eventually those cards will get to you, but in the meantime, she was like, let me get it right, and like, you know, I'll send you out the 2 new decks. So she sent me these 2, and Wilma, if you're watching this, I thank you. They're beautiful. Eventually the other 2 decks made it, and they were in one of those like plastic bags that the post office sends you. Is like, sorry, we jacked up your package. So I'm so glad that she sent me those 2, because like her package was so torn apart. The extra cards that she put in, because this yeah, this deck is missing the 4 of Cups, I believe. So she had mailed the 4 of Cups like with the cards. Well, the envelope that she had it in was like totally just like torn apart, and so like like it looked like a dog had gotten a hold of the package. Like it was so soggy and wet and torn apart. The boxes themselves, you know, with the plastic wrap around them, actually I'm looking at 2 boxes now, they're fine. But the extra card, the missing card for the Blood, Bread, and Roses is messed up. So it is missing the 4 of Cups. I mean, unless you want to use a messed up card. So she was like, you can use them for your giveaways, but I don't know if I want to give away a deck that's technically missing a card, and I don't want to give anybody a jacked up card. So I'll just keep that as like a backup, you know, see what I want to do with it. But yeah, so okay, I've talked long enough about that. Let's look at the Blood, Bread, and Roses tarot. And it came with a few extra cards, actually. What were the extra cards? It came with an extra Fool card, Magician card, and 2 extra Lovers cards. So that was 3 Lovers cards in total. But here are the backs of them. Very shiny. Here is the silvery gilded edging. And there we go. I have taken this deck almost like everywhere with me in the month of March, and it gives such good readings. I mean, the readings don't upset me, but they are very to the point. And they don't mess around either, which I like. You know, I like when things, sometimes I want fluff. Most of the time I don't, but sometimes like when I'm feeling very vulnerable, like you need something that's a little softer. So probably if I was, but this one is interesting because even sometimes when I am feeling a little vulnerable, it puts things in a way where it's not fluffy, but it's like, hey, here's just how it is, you know, take it or leave it. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, this has been an awesome deck. And the other one, the Vintage Erotic Tarot, should I pull the booze out? These have some beautiful backings as well as, look at that purple gilded edging. That's beautiful. So yes, all the ladies in here, just gorgeous. I love the backgrounds. I love the messages. I love just, I will use the word love. Te amo, te amo. I love you, I love you. Yo quiero vintage erotic tarot. Yeah, it's just, I look at this, I'm just like, I just want to look at all the images. The last deck I haven't been able to work with for too long. Like, it wasn't the whole month of March, but it was like like a week and some change in March, and that is the baseball tarot. I didn't actually get this for myself. This was a surprise gift in my mailbox. This came from a beautiful soul, one of my subscribers, and we've had some chit-chat conversation back and forth. I think she's totally awesome. She sent me a picture of her little fur baby, and of course I sent her pictures of Loki and Wally, and she said since I was into athletics, she thought I might like the baseball tarot, and I love the baseball tarot. Okay, here's truth. I'm not a huge baseball fan. You know, when my dad would watch baseball on TV, I'd be like, you know, I mean, I understand baseball. I like to play baseball. You know, baseball's fun to play. If you're actually like at a game, it's a little bit more exciting. Watching it on TV is just like watching paint dry to me. You know, but it's not like my favorite sport in the world. However, when you take baseball and you turn it into a tarot deck, it's freaking awesome. Like, I love to play this game. So here are the backs. And the, let's see, I believe balls were swords, mitts were cups, the bases were pentacles, and the bats were wands. And so yeah, that was the suits. But I love there's like a keyword for each of them, and the guidebook, oh my gosh, like the guidebook is a literal just freaking book. There's so much in it. There's so much about spreads. There's so much about like just tarot in general. There's so much to say about every card. I could just read it actually. That's a book I'm actually going to read because I think it warrants some time. I know that there have been a lot of tarot decks out there that have good guidebooks. This one's just a freaking good book. So if you're not into baseball, I would still say check out the baseball tarot, you know, because I'm not that into baseball, but I'm into the baseball tarot. So thank you to my homie if you're watching this video. I love it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah. All right, so that's it, you guys. That was my March faves. Whew. Whew. All right, so I will catch you guys in May then for my April faves. Oh my gosh, like we are almost to my birthday, homies. My birthday is in June, and it's like we just had New Year's. But now we're getting close to my birthday. I'm gonna be 38. Woo! I'm so excited. I mean, I get excited about getting older. I don't know about you guys, but but anyway, if you have any comments or questions, you know, place them in the comment section down below. And yeah, if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweetsandtarot.com. Make sure that you are on the lookout for my Oracle deck, Wally's World, A Healing Journey Through Sacred Sites. That'll be up on Kickstarter. It goes live April 12th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you are thinking about helping to support what I do here for maybe as little as $1 a month, if you feel like, you know, throw $1 my way, that'll go towards a bottle of water at the track meets. Certain track meets like $2, but if you want to throw me $1 so I can get a bottle of water at the track meets and helping out on Patreon, I do a lot for my Patreon peeps over there. So I do crystal grids of the month. I do like weekly readings. I have a lot of different live streams specifically for them, guided meditations. You know, definitely go check it out. So anyway, I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.